Without a doubt, it was hard. 1,000 kilometers a month on average, trying to find time to do this before work, during lunchtime, after work, every day. Well, almost every day. I'd like to share some of the top things that I learned and will take with me for the rest of my life. So here are the top 10 things I learned from my riding challenge. It helped me find my purpose. My purpose is to help myself and help each other, or help anyone. One of the most important things that you can do is take care of yourself. Put yourself first. This is the top thing that I learned from this challenge. There's nothing more important than taking care of yourself, both physically and mentally. And it has helped me immensely. It has changed my life. From a physical well-being perspective, I gained a lot of fitness. My fitness was nothing, was zero. So right now, I have some base level of fitness. I lost weight, 20 kilos, and I feel much better. I feel good about myself physically. Like I mentioned before, I spent a lot of time thinking, reflecting, and this just took me to a different place that cleared my mind, and it made me happy. I started taking notice of the food that I was eating and realized I had really bad habits. Fried food, lots of carbs, having an Indian background, rice as a staple was not my best friend. I ate too much of it and was putting on weight, and so I decided to change my eating habits. So I started paying more attention to the quality of food and the quantity. Both make a big difference. And one of the best things I did for myself during this time is I gave up alcohol. It's been more than 18 months now since I've given up alcohol, and I feel great. I don't miss it at all. And the other thing that I did was I consciously gave up eating meat. I became a vegetarian. By background, I'm a Hindu. We're pure vegetarians. I grew up a vegetarian, and eventually I started eating meat and continue to do so. But I just thought, I'll give it a try. And to be honest, I don't miss it. I feel better. People might think I'm crazy, but that's the choice I've made. Maybe something else will work for somebody else, but it's worked for me, it's working for me, so I'll just continue to do it. As I started riding a lot of kilometers, I started getting a lot of aches and pains, and one of the things I did, actually it was based on a recommendation from my bike shop that I get a bike fit, and boy oh boy, I think that was one of the best things that I've done to help me get a bike fit. So what that meant was it just made sure that my bike was fit for purpose for my body, and all of a sudden my aches and pains disappeared, well, at least not as much as it used to be. So that really helped. One of the key things that I had to do was change my mindset. I had to go from, oh God, no, that's really hard, that I can't do that, that's too much for me, to I think I can do that. I had no idea what 10,000 kilometers or riding the distance would mean, but I wanted to give it a shot to see how and if I'm capable of doing it. I had to try, so I said, let's try, and started riding. So in short, what I'm trying to say is I changed my mindset to a can-do mindset, and along the way also kept reminding myself of why I'm doing this, not only for myself but also for the community. As a young boy, I loved riding bikes, and I stopped once I moved to Australia. But this rekindled my passion for riding bikes. I think it's very important to find your passion and motivation, and I guess combining the love for riding bikes with the ability to use that as a platform to help other people just was a really good combination for me. It motivated me even more to do the right thing, which is good for myself and for the community. I just knew that this was one thing that I could do that would make me a better human and make an impact to my community. 10,000 kilometers seemed a lot of kilometers to ride. So what I did was I broke it down into smaller chunks, understood how many kilometers I had to do on a weekly basis. If I rode like 5 days a week, so it turned out close to around 200 kilometers a week for 50 weeks of the year. And it didn't seem that much anymore, because if I did that, it just turned out to be about 40 kilometers a day. I'd already started riding into work, which was about 17 kilometers one way. So that was about close to 35 kilometers to and fro from work. So 40 didn't seem that much more. So it seemed attainable. So I think there's a lot we can do by breaking down goals into smaller chunks. I think it's definitely achievable if we do that. It helped me be more realistic about the challenge I'd set myself. Having set a weekly goal meant that I had to be consistent about it. I couldn't have done this challenge if I wasn't consistent and determined to get on my bike and ride those kilometers day in, day out, at least 5 times a week, at least 40 kilometers a day. It was hard. It was really hard. I had to dig deep many times to find the motivation to get on the bike. No matter what. It would be raining outside, it would be hail, gust, lightning, thunder, anything. I've ridden through all of that. Wanting to be consistent meant that I had to plan my week. So I had to plan my rides, not only my rides to work and back, but also the rides on the weekends, because there have been times when I have ridden on the weekends, and obviously those rides have been a lot more than 40 kilometers. I also did my first 100-kilometer ride at the end of the first month, and it felt so good. I was super tired and exhausted, and I didn't want to get on the bike for the next 1 week, but once I did it and woke up the next day, I wanted to get on my bike again and do it all over again. So wanting to be consistent and having planned my rides, I also had to plan to rest and recover. Very quickly I realized that I wouldn't be able to do this day in, day out if I didn't rest properly, and that meant anything from physically just resting, not doing anything, just sleep. The best form of rest is sleep. And of course, had to rehydrate the body, making sure that I take care of my body in terms of stretching and exercise and whatever it meant to make sure that my body was good enough to get back on the bike and do it again week after week. Even though I was riding this challenge all by myself, I couldn't have done it without the support network around me. Support being anyone from all those people who have generously donated to Beyond Blue, as well as family, my boys, my dad when he was here, people at work encouraging me, other family and friends encouraging me, my bike shop making time to fix my bikes, and I learned very quickly as well that asking for help and support is good. I think when people know why you're doing it and the reasons why you're doing something that's good for not only yourself and for the community, people offer help, and I'm more than happy to help you. So I asked for help and I got a lot more than I expected. I wanted to become a better human being, And nothing has given me more satisfaction than the feeling of helping the community, helping people who are less fortunate than I am, than many of us are. It has been eye-opening for me. I've had my own challenges, but I can't imagine what a lot of people are going through who have been silent and just putting up with their challenges, both mental and physical. Breaking down my challenge into smaller chunks meant that I could look at the end of every week or every so often and reward myself for being successful at my achievement. Rewarding my success has helped me a lot, especially because it meant that I could keep going. I could have a break from what I was doing, appreciate what I've done, pat myself on the back, and do it all over again, and felt good. So it was important to recognize and reward the effort that I'd just done. It helped me keep the motivation, and it just helped me set rewards. It was as small as a piece of chocolate, so it helped me a lot and kept me going. Last but not least, I couldn't have done it without the support and generous donations of all those who have given money towards this cause. Thank you. Thank you so much for generously donating and supporting my challenge. I know that this money is going towards a good cause in training people to help save lives, manage their mental challenges, manage their anxiety, stress, and also prevent people from committing suicide. So thank you for saving lives. So I will continue to ride for charities, and I'm going to start my new challenge soon. Watch out for my next video where I will talk to you more about my new challenge. In the meantime, please like and subscribe, and I'd like to know what some of your challenges have been and what you've learned from them. Comment in the comment section below, and let's start the conversation. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Goodbye.